Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I feel ridiculously privileged standing here, and then I think, what sort of story are they going to want me to tell? Shall I tell you the one about calling the police because my parents drank a lot, or shall I tell you the story about making money? And I'm going to tell you, actually, none of that is relevant. So I had an interesting childhood. I grew up in an army environment. My father was army, and I had the privilege of growing up in Hong Kong. And I'm very conscious that the experiences that I had, which were enormously privileged as a child, have very much shaped my life and that of my brother. And I think perhaps talking to you very, very briefly about that, but really my theme is about prevention. And that is because I think through childhood experiences we can do so much for younger people. I hope you do take time to look at the website, but there are 600,000 children in London today, that's not in the United Kingdom, that's in London, that are not getting a proper meal every day. And on top of that, there are so many other issues that we all know about, but actually too many times we don't think twice about the opportunities that we've had that have shaped us, and that by, in sometimes simply sharing our well-being and our skill set, we can make massive differences. This morning I had the adventurous journey of going to a Bournemouth school on behalf of Speakers for Schools, and I was talking to a big audience of sixth formers, and just the one, fortunately I was good enough that more than one person came and spoke to me at the end, but the one that really struck me was a young lady who said, I'm going to set up a cleaning business. And she said, I don't know really how to start. And I said, well, have you got a business card? And she said, well, I am going to get one now, because in my speech I talked about, being interesting, being different. One of my favorite name cards for our business is that I'm bag lady. I've qualified all the way to bag lady. And the invention of being, I suppose, disrespectful about hierarchy and not very forgiving of status is that I've always wanted to break rules. So I hope tonight that you're going to break some of the rules that you set for yourself when you came in the room, and you're going to go, sod the budget. Budget's irrelevant. I worked out, have you seen the outrageous price of coffee in Cafe Nero? You need to give up coffee and think about just saying, for 1 year I'm going to turn over a new leaf, and all of that money's coming to this table tonight, please. Anyway, perseverance, prevention. I think the thing that you're going to hear from the wonderful 3 people that are shortlisted tonight is that they've all got a proven competency about really, really impacting children from a very early age and giving them experiences that are life-changing, whether it's sailing. Children that have never ever dreamed of going sailing get to go sailing, and it may make them think and see the world very differently. What are the experiences you've had in your professional career that you could share with another person that could be life-changing for them? My young girl is going to go away and she's going to make a business card that says the best cleaning lady in the world. And that's great. She's 16, right? Do you think more people are going to engage with her because somebody has just said, why don't you have some fun and claim to be the best, and then work towards delivering it? Maybe she will. So the P is proven, and the professionalism, but also I'm guessing a lot of you are parents. If not, you're even grandparents, so I apologize if that offends anybody. I'm only at the parental stage, but what I know is that I work relentlessly not to have spoiled children, and my children are really angry with me every day of the week because I give them the worst mobile phone on earth, and I am the worst mother. I'm proud when I win that war again. But we know that perhaps we as privileged parents have more time to demonstrate and to spend time, and it's a miracle. I am still married. It's nearly 20 years. He is a saint. And I know that without my saint, we as a parental team wouldn't have the terrific children that we have, that we spend time with. Most of the children we're talking about tonight that we want to help don't even have a parental unit. So please think about that. The R in prevention is for reducing the bad opportunities. That's what organisations that provide an alternative way of spending time do. So whether it's a choir or it's going sailing, but reducing opportunities to go and get drunk at the age of 9 seems to me quite a good plan. That's how young these children are drinking. The E is for education, because, clearly I didn't have much. I'm hoping most of you did have more. But what I know is that the education that I had stood me in very good stead to make some intelligent decisions. These children are not going to school. They're not going regularly. And they're not even going with a full stomach. So how can they concentrate? The V is for the vision of being different. What can we do for children to show them a different way? Personally, I would have been kicked out of any choir. If somebody had given me something to kick or hit, I would have been in a much better place, maybe to run with. But the more opportunities that we can expose to children to experiment and to taste different things and to have new experiences, whether it is street football, I don't care. I just care that we give them the alternative opportunity. The E is empowerment. We talk about it in management, and we talk it about, actually a lot of people talk about it and never do it. What are you going to do that can empower a child? And you can go out of here tonight thinking, I don't need pudding, I've just spent it. I want you to spend your pudding, I want to spend your starter. In fact, I'd quite like you to go home starving, but that's another story. Have many of you been to McDonald's for supper recently? It's really much better than ever anywhere you might go. The N is for new focus. I do wonder if also we place some of the skills in the room into environments with any of the charities that we have under the Childhood Trust, whether we could really make a monumental difference. Imagine if each of us had the, forgive the terminology, but I think it'll be meaningful, sweaty knickered moment of standing in front of a group of young people and having to talk to them about your own journey. Challenge yourself to put yourself in an environment where maybe you do something different, but you share the fear of being outside of your comfort zone to help educate others, because it's not just about money either. You have skills. You probably even have a printing budget and a travel budget. Just sneak some money out of it. It's a good idea. These kids are trapped in the environments in which they're in, so whatever you can do to share facilities and finance, clearly, to make a difference, it would be most valued. Is there an occasion in your life when somebody has done something for you that has impacted you in a way that is utterly meaningful, given you an opportunity that makes you think twice to go down the right path as opposed to the wrong path? In my case, I was very lucky with a school teacher who impacted me to the point of pointing, I guess, showing me the light, and then showing me the door. I was expelled. And I think showing me the light and expelling me when she'd already checked with my mum that actually I really needed to find somewhere else. Who is there in your life that you can think of now who'd be immensely proud of you because you can put something back? This is an opportunity to share an experience, to share your success. And finally, the N of the prevention piece is about giving children a new start. That's your privilege. So please support vulnerable children. 4, that's when we're trying to tackle these children. Get them at the grassroots, make a difference, and then go home tonight feeling really proud of yourselves, please. Tomorrow it will be announced that I have just gifted £100,000 to the Women's Sports Trust. That's my passion. I have a lot of passions, and I have been extremely privileged in my life, and I try and put back where it really affects long-term opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to do something simple, something similar. Thank you very much.